How your son? He made the team this year?
I wholeheartedly believe that the young and successful agenda that social media has been pushing for the longest time is a trap, and it is a complete facade that most people just are not aware of. Now, in the same way you wouldn't listen to somebody complaining about how being homeless is if they've never been homeless, you also wouldn't want to listen to the warnings of somebody about being successful and the dangers that that brings if they aren't that themselves. The reason I say this is because most people cannot say that they've made this realization since they've never been inside of that environment. I have. From when I was in high school, this is me slumped out on my desk. Now, what's funny about me at this time is most people will look at me and think, okay, that guy's gonna be a loser. He's probably not gonna make it far, because I clearly did not take school serious, and so that obviously means that I'm going to end up being unsuccessful. But as you guys know, that just was not the case. It wasn't that I didn't care, it was just because I really did have other plans. If I was gonna see these things out that I had imagined happening in my head, that my life would turn out exactly how it has. Now, the environments that I was in with most kids my age, everybody was pretty much just concerned about what moves there were going to be for the weekend, what party they were going to be at, or who was going to be the one to go ahead and get the weed so that we can have a fun time during the weekend. When I took a step out of my shoes and just for a second was able to recognize the exact conditions that I was in with the people being around me and that the environment I was forced to be in with those people, because of this vivid memory that I have when I realized that just mentally I was different from everybody that I was around, that I would pretty much either have to leave the environment or adapt with it and then lessen myself. Either way, I would end up either having to change my environment or change who I am. And at that point is when I made the recognition that I was too grown in high school.
Believe it or not. The true soul of Ice Cube, too close to snipe you. Truth told, I like you. Too bold to type you. Too rich to fight you. Calm down, you light-skinned.
Now, since making the distinction between who I was and who I wanted to become versus who I was surrounding myself with, from changing my mindset in that moment, fast forward a couple years, obviously we find myself in the position that I'm in now. Now, in the most humble way possible, I just want to say, as somebody who would be considered an anomaly for not only what I've accomplished in general, but then also when you consider my age, I do find myself at the top percentile, being close to 0.000001% of the population. So considering all these things that I've done, what I'm about to say is probably the last thing you'd expect someone like me to go out and actually say. Now, the reason I do this is because I've made a lot of mistakes on my journey. So through making this video, if I can help you avoid making the same mistakes that I did and save yourself a lot of time and energy, then I will do so. Now, for me, the biggest reason for wanting to start trading and just make it in general is the freedom aspect. In many more ways than one, we have time freedom, location freedom, and obviously financial freedom. Now, on paper, all of those things are true. You can get those things, but it is in the pursuit of trying to get there is where inevitably you become a slave for the rest of your life. But that is if you are not aware of what I'm actually trying to tell you. What I know might be hard for some of you guys to understand, but when I say that the richest people in the world are just rich slaves, I really do mean it. Now, some people, when they hear what I just said, might think that I'm just trying to be polarizing, but if you listen to me explain this becomes a lot more clear, and I'm pretty sure you'd probably end up agreeing with me. When being forced into slavery was very popular in the United States, a lot of people, their work was their life. And then for compensation or to keep them motivated, what would they be given? Food, water, shelter, and even care for their families sometimes. Now, if we look at today's world, especially inside the United States, what is the difference? There really is none. It's all the same thing, only the house gets bigger and the car might get faster. It's not that we're physically being forced into slavery or forced to work, but indirectly we kind of are. Because if we don't work, then we don't survive, and so when it comes to work, there is a sense of survival that comes with that, which means that, yeah, you do have to do it. Now, when you're able to take that perspective when it comes to pursuing your goals and chasing your dreams, you are able to do it from a much more positive angle. When I started making my first bit of money online, one of the very first big purchases that I made was my, at the time, dream car, the Corvette C8. Now, something that I want you guys to pay attention to here is the wording that I just used. It was at the time. It was the embodiment of the hard work that I'd been putting in for such a long time, and it made me feel a sense of accomplishment. But like pretty much anything else, that only lasted so long, and then very soon I found that the car was no longer as exciting, it didn't look as good, it wasn't as cool anymore, and then it became very boring to me. And so looking back, this this is where I can see myself start to pivot in the wrong direction. Because yes, on paper I was doing great, but it didn't feel that way. As an 18-year-old, you imagine yourself being in that situation. You would think that I'd be happy or even proud of myself in some way. But when I tell you guys, when I bought that car, I have never felt more behind in my life. Because even looking back at before when I had any money, I never had that feeling of being behind. I just knew that I would be there one day, so then I never had to feel those negative feelings. But when everybody around me is congratulating me and saying how proud they are of me and all these different things, when I know in the back of my mind that I'm nowhere near where I want to be, I felt like a fraud. Because of how everybody had only positive things to say, or that everybody was saying how well I'm doing, or all of these things, when I know that there is so much further I can go, that is the reason why I felt so behind. And so when I think of you guys who might be watching my vlogs or any other people's vlogs who are preaching this young and successful lifestyle, you guys might feel that sense of being behind or not feeling as good as other people. This video is for those of you who are feeling that exact feeling right now. No matter what the reality was, I still wasn't content and I wasn't happy at all. I somehow convinced myself that I was still a loser. So then I started looking at newer, faster, and more expensive cars to feel the sense of accomplishment that I had once felt when I got my first car, so that I could convince myself that I was doing good again, even though I already had been. So then I'd found myself in a similar position, but exacerbated to a higher degree. And that was when I was buying my current car, the GT4 RS. I obsessed over it for months. I would go to sleep watching videos about the car every night. I was always looking at listings online, and for a minute I would say that it was probably my full focus. So then when I actually got it, for a moment I felt like my world was complete and I had felt that euphoria again. But then, once again, just like anything else, it was gone. Because of how obsessed I was over this, when I felt that euphoria fading, in real time, that taught me so much.
All the glitter
is not gold.
Nah, we gonna cook this
is
Sunday,
not
okay?
reality.
Come by.
Is what you believe.
How's it going? I'm just going to get a grande matcha latte, please. Can I do ice, please? That will be all.
Alright, come on down.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good one.
You too. So then I asked the question, what is the point in working so hard? You are relentlessly working every single day. Is it for a different shape of plastic? Is it for more G-force whenever you're driving? Is it simply just for recognition? And the answer is no. The only way to actually be winning within your journey is not measured by a car. It's not measured by how big your house is or what watch you're wearing. Literally none of it. It's just measured by how happy or how content you can be in your current situation right now. You are able to feel satisfied with where you are at in any point in your journey. If you are not content and happy with where you are exactly right now, no matter what car you're in, if you're in a Lamborghini or you're in a Porsche, it doesn't matter. It simply does not matter. If you can't be happy right now, no matter where you are, where you can get, or what you can buy, you still will not be happy. If you don't make the conscious decision right now to be happy with where you are at currently, then you will be caught in this cycle of trying to get something or somewhere, feeling that sense of accomplishment for maybe a couple weeks or a couple days, then it fading, and then you're searching for new things, bigger things, faster things, but it still will not matter. You are one step away from being satisfied for the rest of your life, but it starts with a conscious decision that you have to make right now. Being happy with where you are right now. No matter how far you feel like you are from your goals, if you can make that decision right now, you are saving yourself from a lifetime of slavery. The reason I say this to you is because if somebody would have told me this sooner and that I would have been made aware of this, so many things in my journey would have changed for the better. So the trap is that I've been telling you guys about this whole entire video is this arrival fallacy. You feel like you want to get somewhere and you're trying to reach something, and as soon as you reach that, the goalpost shifts. You have a certain goal, you have a place in mind, you have something in mind that you can fathom, that you feel like you can grasp. And then as soon as you kick the ball towards that and you finally make it, then the goalpost shifts and then there's something new or something better or something bigger that you need. The arrival fallacy is a never-ending loop. You will never make it. You will never truly be content. That is why I say you have to make that conscious decision to just do it now. Just be happy now in this moment right now. It truly is a never-ending cycle, and that right there is a trap that can leave you bound for the rest of your life if you are not aware of it. This is something that I've had to learn very recently, and I'm very glad I did, because if not, I would always be searching or chasing the next thing and never truly finding contentment in my life. Well guys, if you enjoyed this video and you guys want me to make more videos like this, let me know how you guys feel in the comments. Unless you guys want me to just keep being a brain dead influencer, doing vlogs and stuff like that, you know, we can still do those, but let me know what types of videos you like the best. But other than that, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If this impacted you or helped you in any sort of way, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing, because I want to make more videos like this, and I really do work hard on each and every single one of these that I make. So if you guys want to figure out more about what I do, how I make my money, and how I'm able to afford the life that I live, you guys can go ahead and check out the link in the description. You guys can apply to join my one-on-one mentorship. And I also have a free live class called Path to Consistent Payouts that is going to be in the description. It's a free live that I'm doing for you guys. So if you guys want to reserve your spot for that as well, you can check out the link in the description, as well as all my other social medias. We're Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of those things. If you guys want to go check that out, just go to the description. You'll see so many other things. But with all that being said, I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace out, everybody.